Egyptians. People of the past. Egypt is a hot country in North Africa. The people who live in there thousands of years ago they are called ancient Egyptians. This picture is part of the ancient Egyptian wall painting. It shows a group of servants. Egyptian paintings often show scenes from the side. River life. Ancient Egyptians built their towns and cities along a river called Nile. This photograph of Egypt was taken from space. This river and its bank look dark green. The yellow parts are the dry, dusty desert. The Egyptians fished in the river and sailed boats on it. This ancient Egyptian model of a boat. They drank water from it and used it for washing clothes. People swam in the Nile, but they had to watch out for crocodiles. Farmers. Egyptian farmers grew fruit, vegetables, and other plants on the bank of the Nile. This Egyptian painting shows farmers picking the grapes they have grown. Farmers train monkeys to pick fruit from high trees and throw it down. Train monkey. The Nile floods every year. This makes the soil good for growing plants. When the land dried up, plants grew in the sun. Farmers work hard in the field. Farmers kept some of the crops to eat. They took the rest of the market. At home, ancient Egyptian houses were made of dry mud and painted white. Houses have small windows to keep out the hot sun. People cooked food and baked bread outside. Some people had a pool in their garden where they kept fish to eat. Egyptians slept on hard wooden beds with wooden headrests instead of pillows. Rich people often have servants. This model shows servant hard work baking bread. King of Egypt. Egyptian king were called pharaohs. The pharaoh was the richest and most important person in the whole country. A pharaoh made laws. He led his soldiers to fight enemies. He went out hurtling in his chariot. Hunting. He also met visitors from other countries. All pharaohs wore crowns. Some were decorated with jewels, with gold and jewels. This is a painting of Ramesses III. He's wearing a gold crown and a long striped headdress. Pharaoh Ramesses II had a pet lion to scare away enemies. God and Goddess. Ancient Egyptians believed in many different gods and goddesses. Egyptian gods sometimes look like animals. This god is called often shown as a cow. This is wall painted, has the horns of a cow on her crown. Semet was a fierce war goddess. Ra was a powerful sun god. Best looked after children and families. Mata was the goddess of trees. Horus looked after pharaohs. Seth was the evil uncle of Horus. Horus and Seth were enemies. They once turned into fierce hippos to fight. Temples. The Egyptians built huge stone temples to worship pharaohs and God. This temple of Pharaoh Ramesses II stage outside the temple is more than 10 miles taller than a person in a temple. Priests prayed to a statue of a god or pharaoh. On special days, they carried the statue through the town. This is a statue of Abyss, a god who could change into an animal called Jaguar. People often have small statues of gods at home too. Making a mummy. When an important person died, Egyptians wrapped their body so it didn't rot. This is called making a mummy. First, they took out a person inside and put them in a pot. Then they packed the body in salt and dry out. Next, they wrap the body tightly in bandage. Finally, they put a mask on the mummy and lay it in a coffin. Egyptians made animal mummies too. The person inside were kept in pots with lids like these. Each pot has a god's head. Coffins were shaped to look like a person and covered with spells and pictures. Giant pyramid. When a pharaoh died, his coffin was put inside an enormous stone pyramid. These large pyramids were built for 3 different pharaohs. The smaller pyramids were for their families. Workers cut stone blocks and dragged them along. They pulled the blocks up a ramp into the pyramid. After many years of work, they put the last stone on top. Finally, the worker made the pyramid smooth and shiny. Underground tombs. After many years, Egyptians stopped building pyramids. They buried important people in underground tombs instead. First, workers dug a deep tunnel into a rocky cliff. Then they built rooms and corridors underground. Then painted the walls and filled the rooms with treasure. They put the coffin inside a huge box in a special room. This is the tomb of a man. Tomb of a man named Peshu. His coffin lay in the room through this arch. Robbers often dug in tombs and pyramids to steal treasure. Hidden treasure. The tomb of the pharaoh Tutankhamun was hidden for thousands of years. In 1922, explorers found a secret door inside, hidden behind rocks. Inside was a room crammed in glittering treasure. It took 10 years to clear the tomb and list all the amazing treasure. This falcon was the one of many beautiful statues in the tomb. This big, heavy mask covered the face of Tutankhamun's mummy. It is made of gold and thin strips of glass. Fun and games. Egyptians love sports and games as well, music, dancing, and parties. So people learn to play instruments like this harp. Men like to have boating contests on the River Nile. The teams that pushed the other boat over won the game. This painting shows a man hunting with his family. He is standing on a boat and throwing sticks at birds. At parties, people enjoy watching dancers perform all kinds of difficult moves. Dressing up. Egyptians like to look good. They wore simple flowing clothes and lots of jewels. This white gold necklace is the shape of a bird. It was made for Pharaoh. People often put perfume fat on their head to melt it. It makes them smell nice. Men and women wore loose, tight shirts and dress that keeps them cool. They decorated the clothes with rings, bracelet, necklace, and other jewels. Everyone wore makeup too. They put lots of dark paint around their eyes. Most people shaved their heads to keep cool. Adults usually wore wigs. Egyptian writing. Egyptian writing was made of lots of picture called hieroglyphy. People called scribes could read and write hieroglyphy. The statue below shows a scribe. His scribe's job was write letters to keep records. He also had to teach children to read and write. These hieroglyphy were painted on a tomb. They are spells and protect a dead person. Most ordinary people didn't have a clue what hieroglyphy means.